Today's episode is brought to you by Audible.com. Go over and get you a free audiobook 30-day free trial over at www.audibletrial.com/nerdcave. You can be picking up Timothy Zahn's new book, Thrawn. It's freaking awesome. Or you can get Ahsoka. You can get all these Star Wars books because everybody loves Star Wars. If you don't love Star Wars, what are you doing with your life? There's over 180,000 titles, though, to choose from. You can get it on your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle. And if you have an MP3 player and what are you doing with your life, you can get that there as well. So go over to audibletrial.com/nerdcave and grab you one of those new books. Get smart. We read at the Nerd Cave. We read. Build it beautiful. So there you go, guys. That's all the nerdy news that you need to know. Each and every week we come to you, bringing all of that to you for free. Or if you want it early, you can go over to patreon.com/nerdcave and get it early. 4 days early.
Yeah.
Or
that's a lot of days.
It is a lot of days. Or you can go over to youtube.com and get it segment by segment, day by day, until we put up the full thing over on youtube.com and all the podcast services around the globe.
That's my around the globe. I do it this way because you got to go this way because the Earth's flat, so you have to just go around.
Oh, yeah. The Earth's totally flat. I think about, like, around the world, like, with the yo-yo. Rock the baby, the cradle.
I never could cradle, but I could walk the dog.
I could walk the dog. I could cradle around the world. You know.
But I can't do it now. I'm so out of
practice. Oh, no.
Like, I had a kid. He brought up a yo-yo at work. I was like, oh, I'm about to show this kid up. I was like, he's going to think I'm the coolest. And I was like, I don't know what to do anymore.
Like, you know, we had the smart yo-yos that came out when we were about 3rd, 4th grade. But I had a pink yo-yo, like a regular yo-yo. Love that thing to death. It was awesome. I can't remember what company made it. It was like the better company of it. Remember having that. I could do all the cool tricks. Like I could do it on the smart ones as well. It was much easier to do it on that. But like doing it on a regular yo-yo.
Oh yeah.
You know,
that was where it's at.
And what's always interesting to me that yo-yos originally were used in warfare. That's cool.
I wanted to see a superhero movie based on Yo-Yo Man
or the yo-yo, which is in the alternate Earth where the Flash goes back in Flashpoint, and then Batman murders her.
Yeah.
Does he kill her?
Yeah.
He does kill her.
He drops her. I think he drops her off a building, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's just like.
Yeah. So there you go. This is the rotating fourth segment. This week, it's time for comics. And this week, we're talking about Volume 2 of Locke and Key.
Locke and Key.
I didn't read it.
It's okay. I did.
I've been a busy man.
I understand.
Making that money.
We've been on receiving end. Both of us have Mr. Q sometimes, but.
So tell me about it. Are they unlocking?
They're unlocking things with keys.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Is it as dark as the first volume?
No, it's a lot. It's lighter, but when
it's still dark.
It is still dark, but it's still lighter. It does, deal with some deaths and stuff like that, but not as bad as the first one, not as gruesome as the first one. But it does transition into the third comic, which is even darker. So, but in this one,
Zach around.
Yeah, Zach's still a douchebag. Now, at the end of the first comic...
Not me.
The evil Zach.
Yeah. Mac.
What is that? I can't remember his name, is it?
No, it's Zach, but my evil version of me growing up was Mac. Like when something bad happened, it was Mac's fault, not mine.
At the end of the first comic, you did see the key,
Lady in the Well. Yeah, the
key with the head on it.
Yeah.
Now, what this does, like when you hold the key, a keyhole appears on the back of your neck. You insert it, turn the key, skull popped.
What's the benefit of this?
You can, because they wanted to see what the woman in the well looked like. I was like, oh crap, they're going to see that it looks super similar to Zach. Well, when you pull it out, of course, a 8-year-old kid sees this really scaly, monster-looking thing in a dress, and when he pulls her out, because you can go in there, you see everything that this person's memory. It's like a little world.
Okay.
And they pick out the woman in the well, and then they ask him a question about it, and he's like, what? About what lady in the well? And then you put him back in, and he remembers. So you could pull out memories.
Okay.
Which Zach does later on. Like, he opens his head and he pulls out
Bodhi's
head, the memory. But you can also, I can't remember the brother's name, the big brother.
Ty, isn't it Ty?
Ty, yeah.
Yeah. Then you read the second one.
When you open up your skull, you could cram a book in there.
I know it.
And know everything about the book.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, Bodhi put a cookbook in his head, and like he was telling his mom how to cook stuff and everything. So I mean, very interesting.
Can we get one of these things?
Really, I want that.
I want to use it on my band kids. Like, open it. Here's your music.
I was going to say the same thing. Like,
School would have been way easier.
Summer reading.
But like, Zach is still trying to, find all the keys and everything, and he becomes best friends with Ty to the point of staying the night.
Ooh, in the house.
And the sister starts crushing on Zach.
Oh no, you're gonna be surprised. Zach one is a bad person, but
very bad person. So, I'm very I went on and I had the free download thing with what we have. So I went on and downloaded the third one too, and I've been kind of checking up on it. But I'm liking how Zach is trying to further his game and everything like that, and like his girlfriend back in the day, which is now the coach.
Okay.
Like, he's moved in with her, and she's like his aunt from out of state and everything.
Okay, so Zach, which was
Lady in the Well,
dated the coach.
You're introduced to this professor.
Professor X?
I wished it was that cool. But you're introduced to him, and like Zach goes to school with him and everything like that, and he sees the kid, he's like, this guy looks just like, and it's like a flashback of this guy as a kid, and Zach looks exactly the same. And so he's trying to figure it out. Well, Zach sees that he remembers him and does kill him, because he has the key that you open a door and you can go anywhere you want.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's crazy how things are unfolding, because like when he goes back into the flashback, you do see that she is like, they dated and everything like that, and when he had all the keys and everything when they were younger, like, she keeps trying, she knows how evil he is, but like, she'll go to kill him, like she'll have a knife and go to stab him, and then a banana will be in her hand. And like, he had put, when he had opened her head, he had put something, himself kind of like in there to keep her from doing things, to be more subjective to him.
Wow.
So instead of killing him, she'd be getting ready to stab him with a banana or something like that. So it's like a safeguard to protect him.
He's like the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
So this, no pun intended, this one plays a lot of head games. So I've very much enjoyed the
second one.
So
what's the book for this month?
I picked last month, so if you want to pick this month, we can go with this one, or we can change it up a little bit.
All right,
Either one's fine with me.
I'm going to do Southern Bastards Volume 1 for this month.
Bastards. All right.
Southern Bastards Volume 1 by Jason Aaron. It is a amazing book. It details like it's based in Alabama, and Alabama, most of the southern states where it's very southern, is all about football. And this guy had left. His dad was the sheriff of this town for a very long time. He had left and went to war and everything, and then he comes back after his father's passed away to like get the belongings and close up shop and everything. And he finds out that the local high school coach is pretty much running the town on fear and everything, and it is very, very cool. Like, I enjoyed the mess out of it when I first read it a few years ago, and I think you will really like it.
I've heard really good things about Southern Bastards, so it has been something that's always piqued my interest. Which now that we have a segment of the show, it gives me more reason to be able to go and read comics.
Yeah, and this one, it's definitely a little bit graphic at times, but it is very, very good. If you write Thor, God of Thunder, he wrote Thor, God of Thunder for Marvel for a very good while, and it was one of the best runs of Thor. But Jason Aaron is phenomenal in this book. So there's three volumes out right now. They're getting to start publishing the new ones. That's the thing about this one. It's like it's out sometimes and it's on schedule, and then it won't be. So, but now you've got it where you actually can get it, and it's all collected and everything.
Yeah.
And the art style is very, very interesting. It's just kind of this harsh look to it, and I enjoy the book a lot. And it growing up in the South where football has
It's dominant.
Dominant, they get the most support and everything out of most schools and all of that, and everybody that's on the football team thinks that they're the cream of the crop and all of that kind of stuff, and how everyone just acts towards football. Like, you can definitely tell that this guy, he grew up in Alabama.
Yeah.
Like, I want to actually say he's from, I'm trying to think where Jason Aaron is from. He's from Alabama, some place I can't remember. He says in the very beginning of the book where he's from, but you can see the artwork right there. Like, it's very, very like harsh looking. It's not, like a realistic book like a Jim Lee or something like that, but it lends so well to the story of the book and everything. So that's the book for this coming up month, everybody. Next week is We Read, and we'll be finishing up
Trials of Apollo. And boy, was there some twisty things I did not see coming.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to talk about that with you. The second book's out now.
Yeah,
so
I did see that.
Yeah, we'll have to be talking about that. But that is that. And then the next week after that is the Animation Superstation. We're doing, what is it?
Fate Zero.
Fate Zero, okay. And then since we missed last week on shout out to Netflix, we'll be doing the Defiant ones.
Yes, we'll talk about that.
It's a 4-part series about Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine and their musical careers and becoming some of the biggest names in the music industry, and it is a phenomenally shot and well put together documentary that I think even if you're not into music or if you're not into documentaries, it's done so well that it's very entertaining and you're always wanting to know more, and it even makes you want to go create something. Like, that's how like this documentary makes you feel at the end of it, that it was like you want to go create something, you want to go do something that makes you better and all of that. So that's the schedule for segment 4. So next week is the last half of Trials of Apollo, so be finishing up that book. We'll be talking about it next week, and we're gonna have lots of fun. There you go.
That's it.
Episode 226.
226. We kicked that pig.
Yeah,
Ain't that right, Allie?
So many pigs' lives lost in the making of this.
We don't kill them. We just kick them.
We just kick them.
Well, if you kick them enough times, it's gonna kill them.
Well, we're not saying we're kicking the same pig.
We bring in new pigs each week.
Okay, well, you didn't
No
specify
pigs
that.
were harmed too much in the making of this podcast.
Just a good swift kick.
Pigs were, fatally wounded in the
Well, a little bit of a love tap.
Oh, last thing. Let's talk about it. Red Dead Redemption 2's
Oh,
trailer.
yeah. So I'm guessing he's a bad guy in this one.
Yeah, we're in the gang.
Yeah.
We're in Dutch's gang, and it looks like that this is John Marston has already left the gang. Like, he's nowhere to be found.
Mr.
There's
Marston.
like, hashtag, oh.
Yeah. So he's left the gang, and Dutch's gang is to the point where they're being hunted. They're being trying to be found and everything. And the guy that you're playing in this is kind of like the debt collector for Dutch.
Yeah.
So he's tracking down people that owe Dutch money. So the gameplay, like just the trailer looks so good. I am so ready to get back in that world. Oh.
I'm really contemplating getting Red Dead Redemption, the first one, just to play through it again.
See, I don't know if I want to play through it again just so I'm not burnt out on it. You know what I mean? I've got other things to play right now. There's so many games coming out. That new Mario game's coming out soon.
Destiny 2's out.
Destiny
Shadow
2's
of
out.
War, the
It's coming out.
microtransaction.
Yes.
That should be
Assassin's
just the
Creed's
title.
coming out. The new Wolfenstein's coming out. So much
My
gaming.
bank account bleeds.
Yes, it does. Guys, if you want all of this early each and every week, go over to patreon.com/nerdcave. Help us out there. Toss us a few dollars. It'll make Robbie holler. If you don't want to, or if you can't, that's okay too. Go over to youtube.com/nerdcave network. Check us out there day by day, segment by segment. We put up each part of the podcast until Friday, where we put up the whole thing for your viewing pleasure. And we put it on audio podcast services around the globe. So if you want to have it, put it in your ear hole. So there you go. Thanks, guys, for watching. This has been Zach.
And Robbie.
Have a week. If you enjoyed that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want gaming content, you can go over to Nerd Cave Gaming right there. If you want to support us, you can check out Patreon right there. If you want more videos, check them out right here. Go ahead, pick one of them. I wonder which one you're going to do. If you're going to be cool, you'd pick any of them. All 4 of them. You'd be awesome.